Hi guys, welcome to Code Bashers. Guys, in this video, I will be discussing the TCS Ninja Topper interview experience, or I can say the TCS digital interview experience. This interview happened recently only on 21st October 2021. So I'll make sure to watch this video till the end because there are a lot of programming questions which were asked in the interview. So kindly do not miss any of these questions. They can be asked from you also. So kindly watch the video till the end. Guys, this is the fifth TCS digital interview experience that I am covering on this channel. All the rest of the interview experiences have already been uploaded on my channel, and you can find all those interview experiences under this playlist of TCS digital interview experience. I will give the link of this playlist in the I button or in the description box. Kindly make sure to visit this playlist and watch every video so that it can help you in preparing for your interview. Guys, if you are new to this channel, make sure that you subscribe it as well as join my Telegram groups also. I post regular updates on different companies which are hiring as well as the questions which are getting asked in them. So guys, now let's start this video, and before starting video, please hit the like button as well as the subscribe button for this channel. Did you know that a lot of companies now offer jobs only based on your skills? So you do not need to worry if you don't have a degree from a good college or if you lack experience. Talent and skills is all that matters. If you think you have got all the relevant skills for a job in backend development, the guaranteed salary of minimum 4 lakhs per annum for non-tech roles and 6 lakh per annum for tech roles, and this can go up to 15 lakhs or more. There is no age restrictions for applying. I am going to share with you two amazing companies that will hire you in just 15 days. First is MoEngage and second one is Dukaan. These companies are now hiring freshers and people with no experience through Re-Level platform by Unacademy. All you have to do is register for the Re-Level test, which is totally free. No video resume is required anymore. After this, you can give the test as per your comfort and get an amazing job based on your skills. You can also check out the Re-Level Archivers on Twitter to see how many people have started their dream careers through this platform. All the links are given in the description box. Okay, so guys, the date of the interview was 21st October 2021. The branch of my friend was CSC. The duration of the entire interview was 30 minutes. The first question that was asked from him was to introduce yourself. So guys, again, it is a very important question which can be asked from you in an interview. It can decide that which all things will be asked from you after this question. So you can include your projects, your internships, your extracurricular activities, your hobbies, your more such things you can include in this particular answer and tell to the interviewer. But try to include only those things in which you are comfortable in and in those which you can answer the questions very well. So I hope this question is clear to you. Next question was, what is stack? Now guys, see, in this entire interview there were a lot of programming questions which were asked. There were definitions of different data structures which were asked, as well as there were certain coding questions were also asked. So kindly make sure to watch this video till the end. Okay, so the question was, what is a stack? So guys, we all know a stack is a data structure which follows the LIFO principle. That is, the last element that will be coming in the stack will be the first element that will be leaving the stack. So it is a LIFO principle it follows. So you can see that push and pop operation takes over one time, because see, this is the entire stack. Now when we have to add an element, we will add at the top of the stack, so it will take only over one time. And again, when we will have to remove the element, we will remove it from the top of the stack only. That is again a over one operation. So I hope these points are clear to you. It follows LIFO principle and it push and pop operation takes over one time. Okay, so the next question is, what is a linked list? So this is how a linked list looks like. This is a single linked list. Now it is a data structure in which nodes are placed in non-contiguous memory locations. See, what is a linked list? See, it is an opposite of array. So in array, the elements are stored in the contiguous memory locations and we can easily access the elements using the indexes. But in linked list, this is not the case. The elements are present in the non-contiguous memory location. The address of the next node is stored in the current node so that we can traverse the list. So you can see that these are all the nodes and these are present in the non-contiguous memory location. So here the address of B node will be stored in the next pointer. That is, in this node the address of B will be stored. So at a particular node there will be two values. One will be data that will be contained in the node, and another will be the address of the next node. So this is how a linked list looks like, and this is what a linked list is. So I hope this question is clear to you. Okay, so the next question was, what are different types of linked list? So there are three types of linked list. First is a single linked list that we have looked, that looks like this only. Next is a double linked list in which we can go forward also and we can come backward also. This is a double linked list. Another one is the circular linked list. Okay, so these are the three different types of linked list which are present. Now next question was, explain the circular linked list. So let's just see first what is a singly linked list. So we have seen earlier also, this is a singly linked list, that is At a particular node, there are two values. One is the data, another one is the address of the next node. So this is what a single linked list is. But in the end of the single linked list, there is a null value. That is, the address of the last node contains the null value. That is, it denotes that here is this single linked list is ending here only. But in circular linked list, what happens? There is no null value that is present in the last node. So the address of the last node is the address of the first node. So the address that is stored in the last node is the address of the first node. So you can see that here tail is connected to the head, whereas in singly linked list there is no such connection, or you can say there is no such cycle that is present. In the last there is null value present in the singly linked list, but in circular linked list the last node is connected to the head node. So this is how a circular linked list looks like. I hope this question is clear to you. Okay, so the next question is, what is an array? Now an array is a collection of items stored at a contiguous memory location. So let's just see. Now let's just suppose 1 is stored here, then 2 will be stored here, and 3 will be stored here. That is, they are present in the contiguous memory location, and we can access each of these elements with the help of the index, which we cannot do in a linked list. So in linked list, the elements are stored in the non-contiguous memory locations, but in an array, the elements are stored in the contiguous memory location, and we can simply access them using the index. The first element index will be 0, the second element index will be 1, and the third element index will be 2. So this is how we can access the array elements. So I hope this is clear to you, and in many interviews the difference between array and linked list are asked, so be prepared for that also. Next is a code for moving zeros to the end. So guys, you must have heard about this code. This is a very commonly asked and very important question as per the interviews for any company, whether it is TCS, Cognizant, Infosys. This question can be asked from you. That is a code for moving zeros to the end. So in this, what will be the question? Like suppose we will be given an array which will contains 1 and 0. So let's suppose this is like this: 1 1 0 0 1. This, let's suppose this is an example, and now we have to convert it into this. That is, all the ones will be present in the starting and all the zeros will be present in the end of the array. So this is how we have to convert it, and we have to write the code for converting it. So I hope this question is clear to you. I will give the link of this code in the description box. You can visit at the Geeks for Geeks page for the solution of this. Okay, so the next question is, what is the difference between break and continue statement? Okay, so the break statement mainly used to terminate the enclosing loop such as while, do while, or for loop, or switch statement where break is declared. Okay, so what does a break statement do? Whenever we use break statement inside a for loop, it breaks that for loop and comes out of the loop and execute the query that is written after the loop. Now, what is a continue statement? Continue statement mainly skips the rest of the loop where continue is declared and execute the next iteration. So the main thing is, let's suppose we have a loop is running and we encounter a break inside a loop. Then that break statement will take the control out of the loop. Whereas in the continue, what will happen? If we have a particular iteration running and then we encounter continue, then the continue statement will skip that particular iteration and will move to the next iteration of the loop. It will not break the entire loop, whereas break statement breaks the entire loop. So this is the main difference between break and continue. So I hope this difference is clear to you. Okay, so the next question was, what is a GitHub and what do you mean by open source? So see, GitHub is a platform. You must have known GitHub. See, in GitHub we can push or pull our projects, and many people at same time can work on a single project, and they can, you can say, collaborate their versions in a single particular project. They can make the changes at one time in a single project. So this is what a GitHub is, and similarly is the thing with the open source. So I hope this question is clear to you. Next is explain your project in detail. So guys, I will not go in detail because I have made a dedicated video on my channel in which I have discussed that how you can explain your project to the interviewer, being a fresher or being an experienced. So kindly watch that video, because in that video I have explained step-by-step guide how you have to explain your project to the interviewer. So I hope this is clear to you, and I will give that video link in the I button or in the description box. Okay, next is, what is a dictionary in Python? So see, the project was based on Python and machine learning, so there were certain basic questions which were asked from Python. That is like, what is a dictionary? Now again, dictionary is very simple, that it is a very basic question that can be asked from Python. Similarly, I have again made a dedicated video on my channel in which I have discussed the commonly asked Python questions in an interview. So kindly watch that video. Again, the links are present in the I button. Okay, the next question was, is Python an interpreted or a compiled language? So guys, this is a very confusing question if you do not know the answer. So kindly guys, I want you guys to answer this question in the description box, whether it is an interpreted language or it is a compiled language. Let's have a discussion in the comment section below, and please answer that yes, it is a interpreted language, why it is interpreted language, and yes, it is a compiled language, and why it is a compiled language. So please comment down your views. And the last TR question, technical round question, was what is a typecasting? So typecasting is a simple. Typecasting is a way of converting data from one data type to another data type. Let's see an example. So we all know in Python we take input like this, and it is by default a string that we are taking as input. So we can, if we have to convert that string into integer value, we can simply typecast it. That is int input this. So here n will contain an integer. So this is what a typecasting is. That is converting from one data type to another data type. So these are all the technical round questions. Now we'll be discussing the HR round questions which are asked in this interview. HR round questions now. Now see, these questions are similar to previous videos. If you are watching my videos of interview experiences regularly, first question was why TCS. So guys, whenever you are giving any interview of any company, then you must know that why you want to join that particular company. Next are what are your hobbies. Again, it is dependent on you, that you like playing cricket or you like singing. All these things you can tell to the interviewer. Next is where do you see yourself after 5 years. So again, it's a very commonly asked HR interview question, that where do you see yourself after 5 years. So guys, there are a lot of sample answers that are present on internet. You can watch them for your preparing for your answer. And if you want me to make such video on my channel, then kindly like this video and comment down also that yes, you want that I should make a video on this particular question also. Next, last question was, will you relocate? So guys, according to me, kindly say yes that you will relocate, because in the end it only depends on your project whether you will relocate or not. So guys, these are all the HR questions. So guys, we have discussed the TR questions as well as HR questions. There were no MR questions which were asked in this round. I hope this will help you in preparing for your interviews. So guys, thank you for watching it. Kindly support this channel by subscribing the channel as well as liking this video. Thank you.